Good morning.
Good morning.
We are with the Talk of the Heartland again, and my name is Luann Kyle, and I'm interviewing Mr. Preston Love this morning with Black Votes Matter. Mr. Preston, would you please tell me a little bit more about yourself?
Sure, I'm a Omaha native, born and raised here. Went to high school here. Went to the University of Nebraska. Played football for the Huskers. So that may ruin my reputation outside of this state, but surely did that. And worked for IBM for 15 years. Left there, innovatively started the first retail computer store in the state of Georgia, sold the first Apple in Atlanta ever, and went on to, my business failed, got politically involved, was a advisor to Ambassador Andrew Young, who went on to become the mayor of Atlanta. I was a key advisor during that period, and then met became immersed in the civil rights community, and was asked by Reverend Jesse Jackson to organize and then run his campaign for president in 1984, which I did, and I've been hooked on politics pretty much in some form or fashion ever since. I fast forward to move back home to my hometown after my famous jazz musician dad died. Moved back home in 2006, I believe it was, and found my community in what I would call shambles, both economically and otherwise, leadership-wise. And so I became heavily involved. And again, fast forwarding, I now am the founder and CEO of an organization called Black Votes Matter Institute of Community Engagement. I am a university professor at the University of Nebraska in Omaha. I'm an author of 2 books and have a 3rd one coming. I'm a national lecturer. I'm a newspaper columnist and a curmudgeon at large. But so I'm very active. I'm right now in the last semester of my studies, so I'll be getting a master's from Bellevue University here in June. And so with my spare time, I drink coffee. But so that's kind of what I'm about. This organization is committed to community. This organization is committed to all of the forms of community engagement, the good, the bad, and the ugly, from a poverty-stricken community. So that's what all of my work is about, even though all of it does not look like that. When you write a book, my books are about that in some way. My second book that will be coming out next week is called The Jackson Papers.
Nice.
And it's about some of my experiences with Jackson way back in 1984. Finally got around to writing. It's a very short book because the book that I have in my head is I'll never finish it. So I wrote a short version. And my first book is about the residuals of property. So what we're doing now is we're preparing for the midterm elections here in Nebraska, where we have the offices for United States Senate, United States House of Representatives. I have a governor candidate who's going to be coming in my office here in a minute. We're going to throw him down, wrestle him, get all the issues out of him. But then we're going to have, and then so many other things, so we do that. But our focus, one of our biggest focuses is on our youth and all the things that we need to be doing.
Real quick, when was the Black Votes Matter founded? What year did you?
Well, the Black Votes Matter initiative started in 2014, but what it was just yard signs. I just had a bright idea that my community was not voting like I knew they should, and so I had Black Votes Matter yard signs made, and I put them out everywhere. We had thousands out in the community to try to raise the consciousness. Then we moved up from yard signs to buttons, Black Votes Matter buttons. So we went yard signs, buttons. And now we got big payroll and rent.
Milestones, huh?
Yeah, those are milestones. Yeah, we got rent, payroll. But so we started in 14, but we actually didn't incorporate until really last year. So we're structured now. And our big initiative right now is the 2018 Civil Rights Tour for our youth. We're taking 40 high school kids,
Very
wonderful
exciting.
kids. And if you have a chance to get a visual, that is those kids
Oh, yeah.
that are going on that tour. We had 2 meetings with those kids and their parents to prepare for the June, the third week of June, where we're taking them from Omaha to Memphis, to Birmingham, to Tuskegee, then on to Montgomery, back to Selma, across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, then on to Atlanta and back.
Now, is this only Black Votes Matter only local to Omaha, or is this something that is?
Well, there are Black Votes Matter signs all over the country, because every time somebody comes in town, they say, "I'm going to take one of those." But we do have it registered. But it's not that's something that I've aggressively done. In terms of trying to make it a national, I'm trying to affect my own community, and maybe when I was younger, that would be fun to do and try to make a national impact. I'm trying to make a local impact. So,
Amen.
yeah. So that's what we do. Where we are going with this organization is really where our community takes us, because we are service oriented. We are a nonprofit, of course, and so we're going to be doing more and more that reflects the institute part of our name. I've done some recently. I've done some studies. My lectures are on another level, more scholarly and more. And the work that we're doing is trying to get to the depth of the problem. And so I write lots. I'm turned out to be a prolific writer. That's not what I've always been, but it's kind of my sister, who writes wonderful stuff. She writes novels and poverty. My stuff is about community and about solution, the problem and the solution. And so I don't remember all the things that I could tell you, but that is kind of a backdrop. What else could you maybe want to ask me?
Well, we'd like to know also, what can the community do to support the tour with the youth for the Black Votes Matter movement?
Well, the tour with the youth is made up of some very interesting parts. First of all, we're asking the kids to journal so that they can really reflect on what they're going to see. We're going to change them. But the big problem, I hate to be a hustler, but it's going to take $40,000. And so we've been raising the money. We've applied to big foundations and to philanthropics. And now we're asking those who could, and I've had a couple people who have joined together, to sponsor a kid, so $1,000 per kid. So we're taking 40 kids, it's the $40,000. It just kind of worked out that way. Mm-hmm. And so, people can sponsor a kid. They can, provide us, with $1,000, and that takes care of one whole kid.
That would help for short term, but what about long term?
Long term, well, first of all, long term is kind of 2 parts. One part is that we're going to do the tour every year. But secondly, the tour is 1 week and it's exciting and all that, but the work with these kids is year round. And so there are going to be lots of follow-up things. These kids are not our kids, meaning they're not part of our organ. They are kids that came from all about 15 youth groups. They're their constituents, if you will. So they're their kids. Our kids as a community, their kids. So they are loaning their kids for a week. And those kids come from all sorts of ethnicities. They come from all different kinds of schools, all the different schools. They come from different churches. They come from, they're all over the place. But so we're going to, I have a new initiative called the North Omaha Civic Club, in which we're teaching them civics, and so we're so people who want to help, they can get involved with